So the wash now has had a fairly long chance to dry out. So next step is to remove the excess. For this, I recommend using a Q-tip and using the brand of paint thinner. In this case, Tester's Nano Thinner. So what you want to do is just dip your Q-tip in and then try to get as much excess off, because you don't want to take off too much of the paint, but you just want to take off the surface. Now starting with this part, you can see where the excess is. You just want to gently, lightly rub and just remove the excess. There, you can see, observe the underlying line that we made, and that side. Alright, here's another good example, a little more so, but just gonna gently rub in the areas that get the excess paint off. Again, you want to try to do it fairly lightly so as to not take off too much. And worst case, should you eliminate all of it, you can just come back again and do another coat. And generally you want to try to wipe in a direction that's not going to take off paint along the line, especially if it's a thin line. Okay, but yeah, let's see what else. Another thing to also make sure of is that the clear gloss that you use has had plenty of time to cure up. For acrylics, you need ideally 24 to 48 hours before you start doing the wash, but ideally more is better. Now, I've pretty much used up this side. You do not want to dip this side back into your thinner. You just want to start fresh with the new side, as this ensures that you don't transfer any paint back into the thinner, as you are probably going to use the thinner again for thinning your paint when you go to paint. And so, yeah, you just want to make sure you don't contaminate it. Alright, and so I'll stop it here for now, and pick back up again with final clear coating. So since the audio didn't come out in the last time I did gloss coating, I'll do it. I'm guessing I'm just gonna have to do it again here. Anyway, the key thing with gloss coating is to just try to get as thin a layer of paint as possible down at any one time to avoid pooling. Now, I'm using acrylics since they are the least likely to cause problems with eating away at paint. And the key here is just try a glossy coat. As you can see, to some degree here, not so much. But yeah, this applies regardless of if you're doing your first gloss coat or if you're doing your final coat. be it gloss, flat, what have you. But in general, you're just wanting to put down a thin layer of paint to basically seal in the underlying paint. Now, one reason to do this is because this allows you to do pin washing, as I showed in the previous video. And in order for that to work, you have to have a glossy surface, as the paint's not going to have anything to catch on and stick to. Let's see what else. But yeah, in general, you do want to just go very slowly, and also make sure, as you can see here, make sure all the underlying stuff is good to go beforehand, as it's on the difficult side to fix afterwards. Also, as I said, another thing with acrylics is that you unfortunately do need high sun, as they do start to pool very easily, from my experience. And so you want to just only work with them during the high sun hours. And since it's winter here when I am filming this, so that unfortunately leaves me with only about an hour or two each day in which I can use the acrylics. One of the reasons why it's taking so long to get this part done. What else? Oh yeah. You also let's see what else. Another thing to actually be careful for, as far as technique, is just overspraying as much. When you're doing this, you just want to do quick, just very quick spray over. As you can see, as I'm doing, you just basically holding it down, starting the paint flow, running it across the part, moving it, and just repeating. Just very quick little bursts. And always want to keep checking your work occasionally. In this case, I'm taking it so I can get some better lighting, just to see, and also to try and basically help it dry a little, as direct sunlight will basically help it dry quicker. Let's see what else. Yeah, I actually threw in a couple extra parts to gloss, just to save some time, which is another technique or tip I want to add, is whenever possible, do light colored things in one go, as it will save you time and money, as you're not wasting as much paint. So this video is just about out, and we're actually just about done with this kit, so probably we'll be doing final sort of finishing touches in the next video. Oh, that and eyes.